wei no nsema kese wonu say yedi kan ka kire mu say enra house board chairman ekasaye what the nsem bebre to dwa you bet throw more light on a lot of the issues now already, including whether the league should start or not, and if he take on whether say aban beboa clubs no or not. You be narrow near and never be a okay far has folk any the project and then anima or ye at the abuani na fi yehu said ye and yama esifa air cost untin common you best center around some of the things now ura togwe afede erezi in that interview with Kwabena Yebuano na fi yetumi ahwe city city ebi efa has folk ho na ebi fa the bigger picture of the Ghana football no yede ebeka ho. Don't forget say nura executive council member bako eba no na ye Samuel Anim Ado na obaye no ono so ebe raise a number of issues of course womo so etimi aya eboa ama in the era of COVID-19 no ebetimi aboa o say COVID-19 by the leadership of the Football Association no show a lot of leadership skills I just said omo etimi lead Football Association yipa in the era of COVID-19 and also yede ehwa sembeba osande tudwa say enei yekese no a number of initiatives na aba mfu se ni nyina no eba beboa ama football no so atumi afa ne ntoma pa afra ti ni nyina nkomo a yebehwe na yatumi adi ho nkomo ho. Very good. Also respond to the fact that ebinum fo say the executive council no very weak because there be decision bia on be take bia no the collective decision of the entire executive committee enye nipa ba ko pebi na akoshe kukuwa mu ni nyina aye nkomo a ye de eba maestro yeni kan enna the sponsors no ase Agbeve tonic and balm anopay wo mo ekita mu Agbeve tonic and balm o madaroma na yesi nkonwa saa so na 1xbet.com 1xbet.com almost ekita mu den na anopay ye hyase na ye di ye nkomo elhan mu no maestro bibia bokodi bibia ye fine boss player bibia fine pa issues are all the can go on no enra Samuel Nimado obai and for the first time who say an ESCO member posture na very very calm okay the attitude towards the way are reacting to questions ni bebre na I think say na kama and some making say me the weakest ESCO members no I'm so the question the pem no one called directly to respond to Mickey but no in a very broader manner of explaining what the ESCO aye and I think say see a lot of the ESCO members no more I responded to questions with facts no much chemu to say kwan of us no nya daje no e to no boss echechema I think say come up but boss yeah Henry Asantichum yeah the communication director ma the Football Association and okay bibia me fan say or responded to the issues on the official position of the FA yeah what you say and me sure say Henry said we yen centroni na wakwadare e wo ye dwumadi edi no most often we expect information be obe passing on bia e be factually correct the odebe babontin bia it should be factually correct so that some of us will not challenge some of the issues or the other about your mommy time kakra me exercise we kakra bi because me bought Henry dia kan sama na me de pa because we minia and said me can say me bia enye correct obetwuma adwene so no me sure so kan bibi na enye correct me twena adwene so obetimi afa beboa ono ankasa na aboa association hwe we asema Henry kan eni etiefo ntie pa enye ntoko area friendly kakra or say the National Youth Employment Fund was an initiative taken into consideration by Kate Okreku, determining the number of youth participating in the league and the essence of helping them. We are not on rest as we planning to get the league resumed or not. It is frustrating for the FA, club owners, coaches, referees, and anyone in sporting world. So we are in the state of confusion. The ESCO has sent until 30th June
to take a decision after so many engagement with the government. Henry Asante Chum told blah 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 FM. Now, assembly nyina say the National Youth Employment Agency ye nim say a mabunu agency omohwe the welfare of mabunu no.
Yeah, you two agencies. Baako ye Youth Employment Agency and ye YEA. And ye NYA. NYA the National Youth Authority.
Okay.
Nti emu na
I'm talking about the National Youth
Youth Employment Agency.
Yeah.
And then I make chairman.
Fantastic.
Okay.
I want to make
say Obe Kasafa GPL players na ketua no and the YEA Youth Employment Agency. Yeah.
Fantastic. I know now. So quotation was the National Youth Employment Agency Fund.
Yeah.
So I'm referring to that particular one.
Okay.
Now Henry Asante kan you know. What chairman could say? Sa initiative say ye betua players ka. Ye be mom kakra na clubs ni bi da kan no. A initiative by the Ghana Football Association. Factually is incorrect.
I didn't say initiative of it.
It's not. Now Ketokliko administration shall say that being.
Amuba your 2020.
Your 2020.
Amuba 2019.
2019.
Yeah. 25th October.
Yeah. Fantastic. 2019.
Yeah.
About the didn't me say factually incorrect in here. Tenipa. May the work actually where Wednesday 19th of December 2018.
2018. Not 2020.
Not 2020.
Okay.
May the work 2018. Until I'm going to say Henry can say sa we no yebema players aketiano initiative by the Academy. Factually incorrect. False.
And no correct.
Henry should come again. He should come again.
Say
neighbor.
Okay.
Mama date 19th of December 2018.
Yeah.
Was it a Kufuor government to pay JPL players allowances? Sami Awuku.
Oh, okay.
TMA Kaipa. Was it National Youth Employment Agency Board Chairman? What is on the board chairman?
No, it's still on the board chairman.
Fantastic.
He's still the board chairman.
Agency board chairman Sami Awuku has revealed that Ghanaian government through the youth and sports ministry is planning to pay allowances to players following the suspension of the domestic league.
Yeah.
In June, all activities related to sports were called off after top officials were caught on camera engaging in bribery and corruption.
Yeah.
However, the normalization committee has confirmed the birth of a new competition set to kick off next January, which will involve all 16 Premier League teams and all 48 Division 1 league clubs in the country.
Yeah.
Ghana government is in talk with several bodies. Maybe, I don't know if it is the right time for me to also talk about it, but there are plans to even support many of our players in the Premiership. Plans like supporting them with some allowances when eventually the game resumes in January. Sami Awuku said this during a session for Ghanaian coaches. 2018.
2018. Yeah.
And a board chairman of the National Youth Employment Agency, Sami Awuku, Ekasasemwe. Ah, we must say, discuss your Canada. Also, because one of the biggest problems we face in this country is how to motivate these players. So, yes, we are in talks. I am the board chairman for the National Youth Employment Agency, and government is in talk with us. We have had discussion with the youth and sports minister, and we are fine-tuning it so that every player who plays in the Premier League will be supported with some basic allowance in addition to what their clubs will pay them. He added. He added.
Samia initiative.
Samia Ukuna Kofana Samaba. A see time a year normalization. Any anas expose issues nearby.
Yeah.
And I'll say. Yako suspension.
Yeah.
Normalization the tournament about face January best start.
Yeah.
Na start here. Yeah, near by di hum komo 28 when no coaches be cry didn't come.
Yeah.
What bad radio to crime be a term so bekaya. I'm be the same thing.
Yeah, oba ekusi sense so time na 12 on buy.
Okay, pa fantastic. And oba kind the same thing. I say aban no me wudi enti a aban ni munyam kran eduru a pointer. Efe ni person mo kwaje. Say enti na wo ya ebedu bebe na pesika wa aban ho kra. On few because aban na take initiate tibia e wo so ogitum se aban dia na mum ye kwakopone ho na ya wesa aban betimi ahwere mu na aboa ye kakra e ye fair in every organization fair me assure say enra say Samia nim eba ha na ke twe sasem ba e no ya aware say aban e na initiative na anko be atum no upload aban ansa no aka so ke ye kra ye tu anamo say ye be say be a surplus no kra no yes ensa betimi aka na suddenly no aba say o ket initiative and so yen ye dia ba na ye dia ba it is neither here nor there tina make actually factually is incorrect factually and tina me ko kan ba no book no lie. Okay. So no, because the 12 no bar out in June 2018.
Fantastic.
Now yet stop football activities. Into December, 6 months after. I know meeting coaches no. I know no more edin come on there but so. Ono kra na nkom person be hinte. Was him nim say platform we say na papa say menka. But we are in talks with the Ministry of Youth and Sports. Any aban no. See a person you meeting clubs no halfway. Enti ebe mo basic allowances be so that clubs no so etua bia. No me tua dia kan.
Just to cushion them. Yeah.
Enti aban na dia ba.
Enti that package from the YE any there. Me can say a part of the stimulus package. YE one there. Na bo chairman any
o medical ye ho adwuma dadada. Even the beginning of this year, I think somewhere February, not talks be crowd was that time kana COVID issues MI. What you say? Now these discussions here they are core. Me sure say Minister of Youth and Sports and YE following in that discussions. Suddenly an initiative of government becomes a novel initiative of the GFA by the FA Communication Directorate, which is just unfair. So until America says some no kind of factually it's incorrect. I was so bad on no but DNT or say CAT initiative because CAT the friend say manifesto there is nothing like an initiative joining with the National Youth Employment Agency. Me makai ni nyina whenever that be no suggest here and as a school na dey buy. You see these are some of the things I'm tun your money just because they feel that nobody can trace it. Yeah near be stories na cheaper.
That's the reason why we say na no communication gadget in the and sometimes na because communication gadget in the some people wanted to create the impression say as I feel na the communication gadget ababa.
No, sorry so me ko mu buy.
Yeah, now you says 7 years ago.
And we are all helping to build the process. But the omo nyintum so omo ye. The nyum na ye no so mo ko je ni mo nyam na mo ho. Na ekon be fa so a ombetimi ajojo na abayetimi apone kakra because we are in critical times. Players ne bre, administrators ne bre, clubs no so ankasa ebre. Players no pesika pa. Esabe no be atwitwa mo. Omunya. And some of these comments ba as ye na dey buy. How did you even bring this initiative when you don't even have money? Unisika, how do you bring an initiative? What you say? And 2 years say what ya if we eat am so man am so de bad and monko music na monko ya na mo yenden. What you say? And I think say factually
the way setting the record straight.
No, of course,
setting the record straight.
Of course.
But no, I mean it's fair. It's fair to set the record straight.
Of course.
What you say? Because now no di ayi ba ye say communication gadget ba ye say. Now the people wanted to create the impression as if say afei na GFA acquire new communication gadget. But you realize that 7 years ago the Nyantechi led administration normal import to communication gadget na ye Ghana Premier League which was very faint. This is just to complement the effort to say almost so about
of course yeah
right now Toga Fede Nkomo kakra was there already a number of issues na yene has for be di hu nkomo na yahwe but most importantly the bigger one na oka edifa the resumption of the league and I feel the second one the stimulus package I will say aban ediba no asemi ba yi unu say on share down for no entu mu yi in terms of say yenya akwanya ne club chairman for no bi kasa ne ade ba ko mahu ne say issue be say ba na the position of House of Folk and Kotoko important
of course
but you rarely see them talking say omo taking a stand on issue say what you say and you not get the House big man or the Kotoko big man to talk
to address the issue
but na say for na so now
of course
ode ne de abetum what you know on the league resumption what you know
obetimi abo amatie for so atibim
na fe mama ode wadwenche no aba e wo ho na fe yahwe said esitie e wo ho so let's deal with the resumption of the league and then the other ones can continue e wo ho yeti
We should start subject to putting in all the precautions. And I know that Kurt and his team have already defined, they put a laundry list of things that we will do in taking the precautions that must be taken to ensure that the resumption of football does not work counter to all of what government is doing to tame the COVID.
Asempa FM.
I think that as soon as possible, we should allow players to start training in small groups, and then we should be able to allow football to start again, subject to controlling the crowds, social distancing, and all of that. The COVID situation in England is so bad. In UK, in Spain, is so bad. Even though they say the trends are down in terms of but they are starting. The ours is not as bad. The only thing one can say is that maybe they have now developed a bigger capacity, just maybe, to respond if there should be any spikes and all of that. But the level of the pandemic in our country, I think, is not such as would want us to be too worried about the consequences. Okay, should football resume? And again, though, it must be subject to ensuring that the necessary protocols are observed. So if you ask me, yes, we should be able to start football, subject to put in place all the necessary preventive measures.
Okay, I say enye hu kra sa or to other countries nanti yes just any more na mamemfa the stimulus package no de no enka hu na afi yentimi enko hwe sa voice na radio hanma na afi yentimi enko okay yenhwe city ho majo mamenye wadwene we no ho ansa na maba stimulus package no
well mostly I think mebo to go feda abaso so ohinpon or vast interest in our game and sebe baby penisa odin sika question no edia na kuma be di akiri and wonim say the pressure in city day in day out also ko physical na dey beat your players can pressure eba and the excitement aspect of it in to see there e continue mebo na baso pa but wa kan sem bia e me de pa because e bia time without number you create me trana you make the same ye cancer ansem na bi say
Asempa FM
ni di begu kwan so ene nneoma anamo a ombetu a e kire se ye resume even training pa o my ready for the game comeback no kra no am I eno abi no ka no say yemfa e bi social distancing protocols mra what you say ti say the England for na eye omudie no oh ye kwa nipa e bi
nipa 5 at a time
e bi a game no be train na be 40 minutes be social distancing measures, disinfection, these are measures you are meeting the COVID halfway. What you say? Because COVID by baby you come nipa kra be brain na kra no protocols ya no mu use meboa share face mask, social distancing and chair will be baby abe con disinfect one more odu dan no arom pabogu and so room I don't get in touch with nkwada and you see these are the basic one feel say so be to me this so kama pa enya dia COVID ni betimi akun enti say first year football pass year babaka I was here planning ahead near meeting the COVID no in midway enti samre na nke bia obekọ FA website no no wa share protocols ni na dia go ho expected protocols for our clubs before the resumption of the league. Maybe obiako FA site no be site or no who expected protocols in maybe as a player maybe do your normal exercises, do this, avoid this when you want to play football, social distance, do that. Nani protocols no but then now call FA website who say true protocols be our hormone. Even cautions I dema even senka ba multimedia harma obeko ba bi ade tatar dan ho na ye de also ye nyina. These things you can find on the FA website. What I say? So me feel say de nana kan no odika maybe nso me hu say COVID no aye hu biasa even though numbers na ekosro but for some time now me feel say yen share nose mask yen hwe ho enra ye call shop mu high cry no but within 4 minutes 5 minutes ni ahwe yen sabe set de ho
ayi but odo person chere say
Asempa FM
o de ye COVID situation no to other countries o say enya de yen o say ye too worried That's the word he used. Say, you too worried. Oh, the idea not to whom say a unique, but you too worried.
You better worry.
Could be no be dia. No, thank you to me a bunny about football.
Didn't you be I worry? Kakran say, unse Acadian shed and Newcastle. What you say, and hospital facilities, and crying your baby and a biwo, and they said the develop word that baby abefabiano. Now I can't deal with him any a day. But I understand him because 7 previous situation and shed that in Semsa. Intina meka say protocols na say etimi hwene yedisu kama what you say entinke ne be ne bia efame ate ase say bia Accra Sports Stadium e bia Cape Coast e bia Kumasi e bia Sunyani bi stadium be 5 bi eno na edi asu say because of COVID nti eno kwa na ye de bebo ye league no kakra anase ye de ebe use for now enti yenko disinfect ne yakọ ne de with the help of the ministry, ya could spray so kama na seats no and new washroom so just a share baby. We be one of the first or second steps say FBI to care that say you ready say Kianeke say left restrictions no ka say mwa oh you ready
okay
what you say maybe a PPEs no can neighbor FNS so atobia 11 million PPEs what check the ama clubs no division 1 for anya bi division 2 anya bi premier divisions anya bi what you say etena beti ebia hand sanitizers ya chebe 3 million clubs no obi atumi anya bi what you say and so omutu sa na mo no dia enyo bi na be catch us say FNS proactive and I say what thinking ahead of the COVID no what you say enti time bia ye bebo the word go ye ko start training pe no don't say clubs no halfway no my ready ese o betimi aketeli amane o manyina atumi akoso na afi watimi ape a supervisory role bi the amampanifo bi a on monitor the protocols na on dey go no because I say the protocols no go I make sure say club bi ano add head say ne amampani gina simpie so na ka o and say gathering a bro 100 e was see team supervise what you say na say ya bia gu okeke ni agya obi a obekọ ba bi na 150 maybe 200
and the obeta say e was say because bia na we nyina o ma yere da o but bia na shekukuom
no I didn't know say shekukuom
e bi kwa no ministry kwa discuss it that
of course
e bi o ministry discuss
of course
e bi kwa whatever plan na o Ghana Health Service and I say Ghana COVID-19 advisory team no ahia no nyina no all these things you know you discuss
and na make charge because enye wrong so ma discuss you but what discuss without your members no what you say clubs now you know mo nankasa no we call consultations one consult you it is what discussing power you have your website the cheapest place no and no answer papa ya trego enti se meti doma na me feel se mani e pese edi eye finichi a me call site one mapa bibia metimi akan what you say no so e fina na mo a wotu ni but e bia wa discuss eduru the height and I say eduru ba bia ya conclude kra but obi anya we na hye mu nko ahode a that is where I find it very difficult to understand into so much discuss it there omu nko omu site no omu ntro and as I said omu si communicate no omu communicate to their clubs no ese ba bia yetimi adwene protocols no ho akoduru ni tikan ne ke sebe league ni ba we ni we and ye be fa so nka e bia to go afede crank on ka de o kan because e bia me ko ma man information in that when your documents these are the protocols because your person the resume ye be di so no e think to go back so wo mkra ye bi kra de ato kakra ye betima bo ma baso nti e bia omunya nu nti ye mbo mu jana omunya wad no mo family na bia anya
okay ye baba ni abehwe the issues always here on Hasofok no answer na microphone lines no so any me other resource persons aketwe enkomo sala no e asempa 94.7 na waso eguso awo etie no na Prostafit capsules or say Jones Soboko and they are say we a bema numbi wati is answer say about say prostate no and how anytime be our prostate no be sure say enlarge no okay I know I mema yare no the bani say bon say udunso a junso no wunim say wadunso wie but ote nka say kakra akachiri ote ase ote nka say still ano junso no kakra akachiri na still ano wonu say udunso a ote ya o ya ase saso ena ota adwunso ententem eno no nyina e signs of prostate enlargement intimate na ho e masade no ento ansa yanse obenya o Prostafit capsules no wanom ose dwunso boko unse ugina na so pa saso ena Zipman capsules panyan wo beti denne eno no e mema nko a ena enom babia mehu weinu e for waist pains and sexual weakness enti wo ye bema no ye mre e wo mpama wadro no e 1 Zipman capsules panyan wo beti denne wo bekonim no nsampa adwuma no wo boni yi pa afei ye wo Solac mixture na ye ka Solak Mr. we no eye man mema de na ade ba kwa ya ade pan se wakọ wanya namu yare se infections bia wanya bia ensansan ne ade nya no we no na eba beboa na atumi aboa wo yepa no ye asotwan sexually transmitted infections unya man mema nyina no Solak Mr. bi na hwade wo se eye adwuma papa enya sem kitwa kra na soka betien kan je se enne ye kese yi no wunim se COVID-19 no yade a still no enye easy numbers no kostropa Ghana akakra na yaduru 12,000 nipa no dodo na eguso so a omo etwere omo enkwa enti sede ye ka protocols ne ade jaide abase ndi so nyina no mesre wada ye nyina ye ntoebo ase na ye ndi so wo se tenafie se
Asempa FM
afi so no horonsa wate na bibia enkoyie hono sanitize your hands and afi social distancing so na wabo modern adi so ama bibia so timi akoyie hono now unu se ye kan na o address the supporters and all ka say ye na supporters no eta abo omusobo se omu ta asesa coaches what you say omu ta asesa coaches any ade na o che say hwe has for nyabotre supporters ni nyabotre na team ni build wakasa fa po bi ma ho wakasa the flotation of shares na sen kwa no ombe so mu float shares na omu raise be 40 million Ghana cedis na me be the question as to Adentina Ghanaian clubs elusu players to Ghanaian clubs omu to elusu players to Guinea clubs Tanzania clubs play Ghana or Bok has no kotoko no ko Tanzania no ko Mauritania no ko Niger and I would say is kasem bahas crowd na so mo raise sika pa enche bi on be free to shares no ma raise be 40 million Ghana cedis omo de eba be share club no be say they can pay the players well and the players eba be stay because they don't want to lose players to African your friend saying countries clubs to obe release player na say okwa bruchiri and akwa ball the ball no Europe na
people say we change coaches. Well, sometimes that's a reflection of the ambition of the club. Go to the history and see how many coaches Real Madrid has had in the last 15 years. Just check it when you go. How many coaches has Real Madrid had within the last 15 years? Okay, so we are doing the best we can, and they should also believe that in the board there's a lot of talent. We have the likes of Nyauta Meklo, who has been in for 15 years. Just check it when you go. How many coaches
Asempa FM
had within the last 15 years? Okay, so we are doing the best we can.
Okay, Majo, on the Sadia way, na obeka be 2-3 weeks ago na ye cancel the entire me winning trophies near day over the past 10 years but in these 10 years you know they've changed quite a number of coaches,
of course,
and the board chairman say nye bibia because Real Madrid coach Real Madrid
but honum de me nene sheda nyadwene papa honum de me nene because you see change bia no who ye sa change because who pay resource. What I say, you change because if you say the old order must go, near make way for the new order. And to the last 10 years, how to focus on even the domestic trophy, into change, now enjoy the results. Then I mean who emphasize why war changing so. What I say, because if you say Kim granting and yet or ma onye trophy into one corner obi from new odumra na omeji trophy na odum so ba na ebia in the number of ebia 3 years ono so anye trophy ni e jana manoko ni akofa fofraba ni a change sa na in a spate of 10 years a team like how to folk intimi enye a changer ebe ma positive change ebe reflecting glory sir. I don't think say change in the idea and maybe they have to consider it one more time. No more who say change why he change for the better. Because here Pierre call AFCON. You can't say go and win the trophy. When we win the trophy now, normalization can say be in a few. Yeah, what you say? Or buy a Ghana phone in the anu tomorrow when we win the trophy no, I then still a man extension. And it's a who change with the objective say change the way this is the air tied to the change. Now I'm saying to me and Kadia, why the change? Why the massive change? What I say, Real Madrid, ye examples in Real Madrid, ye change that so ye change that ubehu fingerprint of positive signs and ubehu some trophies because Madrid in town say 5-10 years only trophy be what you say
because in the 15 years of Real Madrid now Bocha Makai no any the changes na more kano omo dey age 3 Champions League back to back.
Of course enti make ubehu changes no ubehu glories no what you say enti a team like me we say a team like Continental Club Masters had to folk what you say the 2004 had to folk we dey share glory days no say the city say change me na why year now say my change na result into my ABI Inter Club Championship trophy fine. Now there are 10 years how to focus on domestic trophy. Now there be a change there. A home kwa there. Nana we there. Wadaroma. Me hodi me no nchera nyadini.
Okay, mami kwa mano so na mene one House of Folk supporter, former General Secretary, my Maswala Sabre. Na me njena adwene ewo a number of issues. And Sabre, good morning.
Good morning, coach.
Na pomo ti say.
I'm here to
minimum say asema na ba minimum
me do family home so family home
do what say
o so cry me say na say at simple
dara me ba betu minka o betu minka minyawo ye kra minyawo ye was it
e bia masole kanyina obetima was kakra so man
me wo de ba de so
yeah you know masala na
papa
aji
ba so ya de pa mo edi mo so ayi me pasama ka tiri nyakopon na ayi enfama akaka no nti
oza
no
okay mama ne wo hyase emfiri nkomora na no mo bo chairman ne kwabena bo atwetwe ye no nkomo na anopa ya ponpone hu bia yedi e wa na ayi in the first place no was all financial arrangements talking about Budumayo ona me de wo hyase free na financial arrangement nyina no o ma wie bibia with GT Bank na any company now in charge of the project no and that the work is set to begin next week after finalizing documents on funding enti say Budumayo no bibia dana kwamu kama say eba be hyase na maminko to mobile chairman or say we want to make House of Folk a reference point in Africa in terms of what an elite club should look like. We have laid down many things we want to do. Enti nature say Sabri, she said baby project in Shas you know, nature has ever be a reference point in Africa. So far as club no structures need be a concern. Good news.
Well, Kojo, that's Mamincha Tifuna. On the surface of it, we want to say a good news. Why not? A heavy capital intensive infrastructures are now a very lasting legacy. I'm a club now. Why not emphasize on the surface of it, it is good news. But as to what I say, a reference point in Africa, no, I beg to differ because if you go to the North African countries, most of the clubs, you know, a state of the art, infrastructure, I built them over the years. Club Africain, El Ali, Zamalek, and all of them, they have such facilities. Even recently, TP Mazembe from Kinshasa, they call Lumumbashi.
Asempa FM.
Maurice Katumbi, I built on one stadium, one of the Champions League matches. It TP Mazembe IEB. I don't know the nature of how the Pugman drawings are, but as to what I say, I know Baba the reference point in Africa now. I am yet to see ABI we are and the BSR. But Kojo, let's come into the arrangements. House of Folk, as at now, we owe Tubis company, SAS and the sister company, no less than 27 million Ghana cedis. Now, this is so far amount you know. And just a couple of GT Bank to finance the Pubima project, which is about 4 something billion cities. The count. Hello.
But me.
Aha. So, Pubima project, no. They yield the profit. I'm ready to I'll go for it. But say yeah, the infrastructure now in the next few years or short to medium, and to me, I yield anything in terms of revenue. What it means is that we have the project there, and our debt will be keeping on rising. Bank so it comes with its own cost. Interest on the loan. You know, if I were very close to that, I would have asked him to postpone the Pubima project. Unless maybe our plans are project, you know, a generate more income. They are by offsetting loan, GT Bank, you know. We don't know the details of the financing of the Pubima project, you know.
The details of the financing.
Yes, the details of the financing, you know, and Emma out. We don't know, and there are several decisions. Board chairman, I take care. Finance. The financing, you know, a burden to House of Folk up to now, and yet it is part of House of Folks total debt accumulation. For instance,
okay,
up to now, Mark Noonan appearance in House of Folk administration, you know, his remuneration during the time of his stay in Ghana, no, up to now we don't know, but it is part of the House of Folk cost. We have to know.
No, but Asabri, why are you always talking about cost? The point is that this project, idea our drawing board no swatch pa. We don't buy again say our drawing board no swatch pa. Na no one na mo ya bakwasem say the late Frank Sawyer and a jazz assassinate to ho. Now the time has come. Our project no eba into fruition. Enti baby escape everybody what there's out that says cano a project near we na team na be the reference point say the board chairman no e ka kire supporters no
kojo why na at the papa be say e benefia ompe min ka say e bananyo but it is coming at a cost we're hinting of a facility at GT Bank and amebo or his company and GT Bank and a financing at what cost? And at what interest? And at what disadvantage or advantage to Accra House of Folk? Mind you, Accra House of Folk, no, a club of shareholders.
A club of shareholders.
A club of shareholders. And you know, any decision we are taking, you take that decision bearing in mind the fact that the club is owned by shareholders. And you know, whatever you are doing should be accruing to the benefit of the club and of the shareholders. And so what that I'm trying to say is I am not looking at the project itself as a better put man. Now a better bragging right. And now you were a facility, you were a training ground, you were a camping base, you were this, you were that. Who did that bragging? But at the underlining it, you know, a huge cost against the club. Moise Katumbi, how many years did it take him to build the Lumumbashi for a stadium, a facility? No, this is at the time we're participating in Africa. I don't top players. I'm making profit. We know, and what civil part of the profit now? You know, no, I said no. Then I have to get this facility for the team. House of Folk is not performing. What I say, and I'm saying, facility no. Even if it is going to be a stadium on its own, I boy matches so I generate income. We have to know all of that so that you know who say in the next short term, medium term to long term, no investment ayayo wom through GT Bank no arrangement no. That investment in every yield profit. I'm here to what I say.
Okay.
Now later in the next future be yes can could GT Bank say I am taking over the stadium or I'm taking over the facility. And we have to know all the details about the Pujima project. I'm excited about it, but I'm also excited to see the details of what is going into building that facility. And good news, but hey, let us tread cautiously and know the nitty-gritty of the financing so that we can all assure ourselves to say, in future, no,
because now we are Kotoko for form the new board, yeah, Otun for more directives, no. One of the directives are Otun for the new Kotoko board, no, and they say one more ever build an academy for the club, Wamuso Adako Jachi Hormono. And more or less, it's like both Has and Kotoko. I shall say, I am back on such a project, and Usha has to focus on intimate and now what you say, and I think they have to.
Unfortunately, House of Folk is not Kotoko, and Kotoko is not House of Folk. They are Kotoko, and yet they are half here. One of them, half year, no, beneficial to House of Folk. Now, others no extra so is young. You know, so Kotoko wants to build a Adako Jaki project. That is up to Omo thinking. But I'm saying that in Kotoko, distinctly different from Accra House of Folk. Accra House of Folk does not have a direct owner. Or my instructions are, then it must be done. House of Folk is a club of shareholders. And, you know, the nature of House of Folk and our very existence, you know, is different from the nature of Kotoko and their very existence in the way they operate their things. It is almost like Adako Jacha. And no, and set up a competitive House of Folk no. Even if we have two training teachers, a standard, training also, that is what is going to help us now. It is better than to go and put up an edifice. But rather, no, at this stage of our life. Mind you, I've told you that at the moment, we owe to base company no less than 27 million Ghana cedis. Profit making venture. Mind you, it is a limited liability company too. You operate. Emma yet me breaking you that me floor in young fast Emma has very successful.
Okay. Mami,
say a cow order that me and Tikano. Let's say you bromo gum. More na yabrugum you who say a dimfaso be in terms of cash, in terms of revenue, in terms of income. Now you could put you up such an edifice. Now I don't think so at this stage of the life of us we need such a thing.
Okay, and the project will start next week because and one thing is I know sir anytime Yebeka say started Adako friends say Pubimai because the reason is that this is not the first time Yaka said next week project
started 2017.
Yeah.
Next week started from 2017.
Yeah. So we have to wait and see. Say indeed this time around next week but in the same time about chairman board chairman raised a number of issues, and one of the issues about the payment of players and all that, and can we say the board chairman says that the club is ready to raise around 40 million Ghana cedis in the next share flotation. In the next share flotation, he said the supporters of the club should be ready to patronize the flotation to show their support for the club. Quote, this flotation will enhance the club's financial standing, and that will help the club to compete with the elite clubs on the continent. Internet say now has ebe flotu shares flotation of shares number fruit no or share around 40 million Ghana cedis. And no bet me aboa ama has et me compete with the elite clubs in Africa. Another good news.
Yes, this was agreed on the last shareholders meeting now. Yeah. Achakra and some of us were worried about now, and 40 million. We agreed on a 60 million Ghana cedi.
The ultimate sports show.
Only say your right issue. Right issue is the existing shareholders no. We agreed to float 30 million Ghana cedis to the existing shareholders. It's what shares need you have an opportunity of the first 30 million to purchase the same number of shares and percentage that you have. It is a me our sabra me hire me shareholders. Say me what me fa say 100 shares. That 100 shares will be offered me as a first offer. That 100 shares the money. And the existing shareholders now will be given the opportunity to buy the same quantum of shares now one. Except the price now I change from 50 pesos in 2009 2010 to now I think 150 pesos per share. And right issue no. Now you move in who say right issue board chairman 69% of the existing shares now. And the rest of us in our 31% as individuals. Now I get back to say I'm the board chairman I absolute majority shareholder in the club. And that is why all decisions emanate from him, even though some of them we disagree with those decisions. But as it is now, on a constitute board, because of his majority, a constitute board, whether you like a certain board member or not that you open to into appointing which means and then because of that way arrangement we are abanity you issue right issue 30 million Ghana cedis it means the board chairman has 69% to purchase, and he made it clear because I put it to him last Congress shareholders. I asked, so over converted with debt nubi at all 30 initial 30 million and he said yes, and he asked me a rhetorical question. Said if I were you, what will you do? And he has every right to convert his shares, his debt, to buy the 69%. What it means is that 30 million will be realized on paper because it's Ghana or converted. That's funny that a debt at all. And the 31% now, in Boja for the Kakaka, and in the Beba club as new Iska, they recapitalize the club. And the first come. And we also propose again, say after the initial 30 million, yes, some flow to the next 30 million. And the couple money 60 million. Next 30 million will be offered those who are existing shareholders and new shareholders are only desirous of coming into the club. But just what the church to me, be a class. 60 million, 30 million will be offered the existing shareholders. Then it will be offered to the public. And again, yes, I offer in addition to that, another 30 million. They offer to the public, all House of Folk supporters are initially this time the opportunity is being offered them to come in and buy. It is 60 million in a whole. And it is a challenge. I agree with him. It is a challenge to House of Folk supporters to prepare money and buy. And I will implore on every House of Folk supporter. So all the club on it, next shareholder and now existing shareholder reserve some 150 Ghana cedis somewhere and buy at least minimum of 100 shares. Now, you move in so I agree. Say your supporters say in the club. Individuals now here to talk to and fan for so be supporters Sembe say some 200 or 400 shares. They bet me Amamaya and say, Major Radio Sunama Kasa, I pour me frustrations out. I don't take decisions for the club. I cannot be invited to management. I cannot be invited to the board. It is semi frustrated. And also no enkusi. If the supporters sing na ya kanya ho bom I form one company called SAS. Now say you use your company no, and the quarter shares in bulk, not in individual capacity. Before I say yes, you are raising SAS under the auspices of the NCC, National Chapters Committee. No, Omako register company. Now company no is in the name of the supporters. Near Tria is a good company no. Near you company no quota. Now we supporters have also raised another SAS to compete with the SAS. A majority really has a focus here.
Okay.
That is the only way how supporters can have a say. It is a company called SAS for the supporters. A company called SAS for the board chairman. A standing shoulder to shoulder. Near maybe SAS A, that was 60%, SAS B, that was 40%. What it means is that the supporters in bulk have 40% stake in the club. And you know, say board members are the supporters will produce 40% of board members. Now SAS as well produce 60% of near na club no any SAS no run it. And then the future of House of Folk, who 11 wiser sikani akablemeza befa ya okoye no team ni gui who voted the pa Mao Sedake every Olympics ekofa ba ya ajeteli omo produce players never voted up in New The future of Accra House of Folk does not lie in the hands of one person. The future of House of Folk lie in the hands of the majority of the supporters. But supporters now you hold this year no. See you better no ankra. Ebe to say the because SAS no auto boom at a company. And my advice to the NCC, current NCC is there. They should quickly go and register a company in the name of the supporters. Na young Fiasika, Emma company no company no koto bulk. The company no NCC company no supporters company no. Say to me even 40%, 30% shares. And no boy and dance. You better say kojo mensa koto 100 shares. Ya fabric koto 100. Kwaku mensa. Yes, what Ulu Sika has Enyeska. But what supporters no only say. The better invite you to the shareholders meeting. Apart from that, who need decision making via our club no. And also near there, who hold the future for the club. Club no must be in the hands of the supporters because supporters supporters will hold any NCCB no, they will come and hold those shares trust for the supporters. And the American NCC said now that the board chairman has opened up, sir, you'll be through to another shares, you know. My advice is say my shares no individually. No. Yes, I dare not say the Tiana Fanny Bear. The moment NCC Lydia and register company. Near Cheska and two company no account to now company no and a percentage share of the new share flotation. And when the Babua young supporters need to have a say and a lasting say in the club.
Okay. And I'm saying, we know discuss a number of issues, share flotation, Pobima, and all that. I mean, in fact, see, I say now, remember other people should be addressing the other issues. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
yeah.
May last before Semekono.
Yeah.
I don't know if we I think we should have a very exhaustive on House of Folk. I'll plead with you. Say any arrangement, and I may appear before the studio.
Oh, has we.
There are a lot to discuss about. Who's the last Mr. Commodore Mesa because I am a buyer. My Anna, board chairman, and so did we have a tomb, and you see me. There are a lot. Me Yan Sanka Krenya, media, my many house of folk comedy at channel. Minyan Sanka, let me any supporters match. Me free say no, and in the future of House of Folk, no, me percent me man who can make the check. Actually, supporters no. Yana what the Kwanka.
Okay.
Arrangement.
But
you made the chat when they say, shares na you be flu to no, the Pamucho, NCC, Elvis, only on call for. I think we have had behind the conversation. Let's go and register a company and use the company to buy the shares. That is the only solution that we can salvage this club from. The whole idea. saa na ɛbɛyɛ saa Elvis ɔte board no so no ɔte so as ceremonial NCC representative yɛbɛtumi apam no kyanko a but ɔte hɔ as representing the shares of supporters anka yɛntumi pam no. This is my advice to House of Folk supporters.
But I see in the arrangement and the arrangement so may to na fi ya di hun komo na ya timi about discussing all the issues. Thank you very much. Maxwell Nana Yaw Asabre na ya no atwetwe enkomo no Mavis mama so onko na the next person should appear na ya go anim. Okay, abo nonko apan sima aduonu miensa 23 minutes after 9 today Tuesday the 16th day of June. We did the Kwadwo Mensa Mo show. We are live on Facebook. Obetimi the Wadwen channel aba na fe yetimi edi ho enkomo. Na a lot of the issues are Accra House of board chairman Erezi here in that interview with Kwabena Ebua na yedi ho enkomo no. Now yenko ama no so mamene former PRO eye park office nsum so entoa so. Park office, good morning.
Good morning, Mosho.
Na apom ti say
Radiadom hoya pa.
Yo. Ayi anopa yedi asenkomo kakakakra fine. A je say ekoyi pa. Enye easy e the ultimate sports show no eso. Na ye kakoyai akoba say board chairman Edin Sembebre atudwa. Now tienie pa. One of the issues are board chairman Erezi Yeni say House of Folk is building a team. And the team House of Folk building no. Or build a team team to compete with the best on the African continent. Now, many are sabri Eddie Komo Eddie Afa, your friend is saying the Pubimine project, you know, board chairman say starting next week, you know, and I know said to House of Folk, every House of Folk supporter this project is a very important project that supporter bia akumaso. And the board chairman say most be released shares aton shares by 40 million. Nina good news aba anameboa.
Also, the can cheer and some party for you have supporters. Munia Masa Sabra can say shareholder side na wa canning and see Memakasa as a grassroots supporter. A band supporter side there, Madame Mejosuno no, anytime Yano, my pese supporters in the budget, and see senior Okayano. In common way, young Koma, in fact, many quite NTA GTV, but Yamiadom and Saka, Otu, and GTV, and Ra, a course with board chairman, Kwabena Ebua, see, one idea, ye pa. Some papa in the sense that you move the crown, Maka several times. Says I say a board chairman, Unya na or address supporters. Say Kwaban say debo, say whatever, especially TV interviews like this. A idea you move your bomb by say as I said bustle for so long. Into Aquaban say there. Some papa. And some way free mobile and so no. Some papa nessa. Many big cheap brains and now no can say move up to my next week. Now free excavate see is see to be my so now ye cut sword and my igama at starting. The idea with the buff of look real women say ya the pardon. Senior Minia Mascano, Pese project no ebadane abatros asan yekomna ochinabi na asofo tumia ese nya woso no yenkwenya nanso no senior tie bia no menim se mpanimfo munim de shareholders especially ene ye boche ma ye tobi afede bobo ye na yenya ntiase se truly tie ba no. And no, and Obama has a folk in terms of football in Ghana and then in Africa. And see, as a grassroots supporter, a debia, you dream there, then you miss why your bone pies are queen name as I said, Basso. Now, you to many be the Hawaii.
Okay, and if say a dream, die suma munina also die say a bebema, a sikasem. But Asabri Erezi issue of funding and Costa Eba for House of Folk said, okay, if you say you need GT Bank and a boom and a fund the project now, you we are a car here and you say has abo and no yente once them say Bochemano added the total cost of the project and Edia Tuja. But I say consent to more supporters now. Some of them would said, yes, see stadium, come on, yes, see academy, come on. Hostels near the old more, yes, see pitches. Pubima kwa your bear, ABA 5, 6, 7 pitches. Oh, your hostels are a year players, Ebenya baby ada any a day. Somebody did hear one no, and I'm a boy.
And here a dream can say pass as project above them in Nicho. And so no, quite a day say it's kind of a bay say supporters, a boom senior massacre, source of funding and Zaka. Nemum a casting and a sign like Ibiano. And also no, your cook Sana, the coffee last year for taking us home. Meaning it would be up for senior grassroots supporter. And you and maybe I'm a TNA as a supporters in a disappointed club in terms of say about shares. Meaning said this time as a supporter be a idea a bit disappointed club, even though that idea means to now so no Senate the beginning. Say opening by my Waleya Tekaya anywhere Bafaswa, you bet Chiasakano, I bring infrastructure cassette now supporters therefore when you know Sakababa and say but Yakadi. A point be as no a supported Biahu. I say a bend bomb say cool. Say Yanko another young face can question baby and no Edruna. Because this company as some Papano Eka NCC for 8 years, we did it all. In Paya, and starting the Hukma, then so as supporters, some point Caprana able to be a reason, that the Kotuka chef, another company now, at the Babano, so near Bad say, PHS now, if I put on boom, Amma say, to me, you put me walk on supporters, young Fia Benya rep, another Benya Nobia, a bit to me, Akasa on our behalf. But just infrastructure na eba so na de nyamie ne munia me de manage huye because this is a majority of the grassroots supporters because grassroots nyan shushan for and nyan tunton toso amantwa no kakra yibenya yibeshim no na bibia aboye kama.
Okay, now ayi bonze mo bo chairman no on tane mo supporters ren kasa nti na ye issues na what reason nyina. Now mamin share one story be a free bo chairman kasa o kasa nra no. O say obese build House of Folk na team no one of the best on the continent, and indeed say we will be our follow House of Folk House of Folk football club we no, it has been one of the best football clubs on the continent before. Na obia ntimine club no and contested. And now I say Togo Fede says the recent recruitment of some foreign players like Eric Dizan and Lawali from Niger and Ivory Coast respectively shows the intention and ambition of the club ready to compete with the elite clubs on the continent. And to say now a person building House of Folk team no. He says House of Folk is building a solid team to compete with the likes of TP Mazembe, Nomone, all the elite clubs on the continent. For some time now, team no share that encores rosa. Sad die sumwi where the way a team no ye running and saying na you bet me a drew hard man.
Yo, it's unfortunate. COVID-19 Abama. The football no akoye bibi yenya kwenya hwe some of the players were training and been so yahwe omo video clips we share video clips and potentially they are good been so to say abednego tetamo yenim no moye e Ghana happen you know ye gidi say ono so no question marks na enshada and no so say eye boy chairman dan said dentia ma as part of the club no na club no competing in Africa, TP Mazembe, your bone, Omudini, other clubs has a year and Africa. At the end of the day, no, Yansu Yabaye, Africa Cup champion. Nasane, Yasan Akiada, our number so almost a decade. Na Akoban say, on looking the forno, and yes, Pepano say, as a house of you go back to that level. In fact, Menenu call Benkrum. Menenu call Benkrum bebre namum Ninano Akoyesika. What kaka position cry yesika ya. The players enya akutia papa. The players enya akwenya sebia obi pra na yebehwe ye ana omo welfare senia ebe motivate omo ma ball to that level eyade a ebe di ye. It is about man. As society and say, as of folk, and yet I see her and Yedi Agro. Nemum, Yedi Agro with the elites in Africa. Obako Nonsono, Young Quanake, Yaji Lake, locally. Na Yajina Sonia de Coffee, Sa and Peniforno. Yet to Class for Stadium. Na referee, a baby, come in the presence of the supporters. Ah, ye ni say, ye niano, ye penny for Obian Kashi. Na Sadiane Koso. Me did say, Aquaman say, somebody say, they are starting game now. And yet, secretary at another boardroom, in some kind, the dead way, and Obama has a drew ho. Nemum, a Juma, a sumo sing by your first one, you really late, Oklahoma. Lake the far, and yet track a case I wouldn't play a good park or so. Now you think that you will get the result. No. Your book born with them and some players aquapark so. And to know say, Potter man, Casa the Abanas Adia, and your master, Yahini, your Potter Matuga Fede, said, dear, clubs a year a winning league of
Semper FM.
In Tempea, offer a team being swore, that this is the Kima, or Mubaya say Kumano, and my house of Okafa League. What I say?
Adwuma ben ye de for league na would you asema ye kan professional club adwuma ben na ye de for league e boy e born dem
na
born ye born na would you asema
professional club Real Madrid mo yes o so ya no me kwanya park so bobo born ye boy with them say ni ameka ye no and now me look at Real Madrid ba leading 2-0 2 points and ni abrasa point o ba so a overpower Basa no Wafa League. We back from her. Teams I know who compete Kotoko High School, Midiama, Ayubia, and the Procutetum, Oshia from House of Oak, and not the other team. On Monday, quite a fossil at the league. And to know be out to game last and we have him up and what the game last. And to whom some way and go up with them again, and you bought them enter a team of maybe 5 people. Oh, but as a choir, a buffer, your buffer leg, what is that team about? Because a buffer leg. Na supporters in niches and none like this Tababa and no sooner when you are go face keep him as a me. I want to win class and I won't deterred. Fourth, not only keep him as a compete. No, you can do all them for suches. But I'm telling you, so one could compete in Africa. Ma a man saying and to one can and first sponsorship Papa Bia Madia Minia, forget it. And you know, you're moving, you're ready to support the board chairman. A quick be a soy above us. As I said, good players are one in which my sample or more, which me a ball and my union for you. You didn't be a supporting. That's a quiet above us. I be winning. You're winning. And you're so simple.
But we are recruitment has a year, say COVID-19 year. Me say, Anka in this era, yebo boy, Anka has a top player back free Niger, Ivory Coast. Fabium, Burkina Faso. Some would be free Nigeria. And would be free Niger, Burkina Faso, Nigeria. As a now no recruitment, you know, more go beyond the continent, beyond the African continent, beyond Ghana. I just say more to be from other countries. Beshim. Hasn't time yes I did, but this time around, I say would be Beshimpa. Does it support the fact to say to be afraid the Kase mobile team a bit more compete or Africa?
For sure. So, Upa so build the team about compete in Africa, and yet players bi akeke wohwem players a omoye kukudam obotuma gina ade ade ya ye bi pese ye toto fovi mu son October every South Africa ebuani fita bobo has of hope ya ye bi pen na consistency ama the ultimate sports show. The consistency with all these players na say better sorriness and they are baligi the following season na those players ebia omagina omanan so contract eku ebia koban say new negotiation na player na kobo sika kese bi ebia the club is not in a position to pay that money na ye ja player na manoko na ya say akofa foforo fi Africa country bi na di na ba it's consistency and no and the match gina na so to compete in Africa and to players na ba omaba aside their welfare any plans bi a ye wo say club lo boko ni mi tell me di ka tell say akwenyi na ma say your budget ma epom budget epa etim to support the secretariat the MD omo eno mbo move akwa center akwa prepare no answer game na aba so ade say aside that consistency win ya pa.
Okay me ma obo NCC chairman ba homa so ayi Elvis Herman Hesse Elvis, good morning.
Moso, good morning.
Na pomti say Munta mechi. If you are solid was Parko Fina meneno edi nkomo no Parko Fisu na meneno edi nkomo no na me be say meneno wie quickly na afi me ba oso sisi a why
me patro you any problem.
Right. Endi pa ayi mo bass no say bass no na say na ho asama ba pa
no correct.
Bocha ma say nye COVID na nka ma onveli new bass na kra. Say nye COVID. O say COVID na ma ai new bass na mo pa ho ntuma nka. Ma pa ho ntuma kra ma che say ka say kra de nka. Boys need to quiet condition mu na che say o mo bom from asa ni adia.
Well, but to interview them sound no
sound day. Saturday COVID na say COVID no o say ebia na mbobo dwa o ti o ebia na mbobo dwa mbobo dwa na mo dia o veli bass nti COVID so mutimi mbobo dwa
bass ya dia ewia se ye so funny and so Ghana ha supporter mantra supporter yen ye the grassroots no bass no yen trim mi o nso ne bia e fo afọ e we say yen bass e feke bia ne popom na COVID nti yentube onveli a enya hwe ebia na bo ni hodi nti no na nka press betrim dia ba park ba migidi say nka onveli ne ye betumi abodwa secretariat na tom bia impedifo na to go believe say sometimes e kwa ye nneoma wo TV station na ye channelize migidi say ye nka ye sanka e baboa na yakuma afen na nso no e ni na say ye bobo nanka after unveil bia Friday Saturday akọ training Sunday nanka players ya champion stadium kama and hono mbigitum ho na bass na de eya de hu hia yie papa am yen supporters no.
Okay, and ebeba maybe after COVID no ye be unveil ama bibia aye kama na afi in fact onu kwa de o say bass no kwa mu hia more mu hia o say beyond the big bass I want us to have a smaller bass that can take executives has board management to matches. I also think that the big bass probably is too much to be running inner city. We need we need a supporting small bass for intercity, and that same bass can be the one that can take the executive. Do I say we hear two basses? Now basses no ese ba ko ye baby a ye de nam nkran on say intercity or inner city. Inner city no ye inner city no. Then we say mu tu kwa akọ e bi outside near there na we mo the big bass no eko. Now if board members no any management no I use small bass no e dey di team na chi. Things enema papa gu akwampa.
No kre sa no batoi bra to be board chairman no na asofo wo big bass and a coaster bass club na de na holding in winning after Africa ama your mampania kufuo edman which is the coaster inti na bibia tesa wo ho na mum e be suggest sɛ saa costa no sɛ yɛwɔ junior teams ɛnɛ ebia ɔkyene bia na Ghana league no yɛayɛ sɛ ebia under 20 anaasɛ under 17 team ɛbɔbɔ match before the main team nti sɛ saa costa bars no ɛbɛfa management ɛnɛ players no ɛyɛ under 24 no bɛyɛ akɔ venue megye di sɛ ɛno no bɛtumi aboa ama na afa those players to those venues na mmom yɛmpɛ another nice player like a Ford, something like that, something nice for the management. Because poster no and I say small bars and definitely bring a juma ye a war personal. See, your bottom make piano. Some idea supporters in Nijon a dream say a pepum. Yeah, dear Adamra Yamania, you say, Yenny.
All right. May I say, Park officials former NCC executive Vat Piaro Edma Boboko no me ye be clamasi bibia the icing on the cake could be this interview with the National Chapters Committee Chairman Elvis Herman Hesse, and also a board member of the club. Maybe a lot of the issues now board chairman Eddie Tubiano by virtue of the fact say or a board member Tino Ibiana or ya aware crampo did that. Elvis Medical watching did that say bibia boko there.
Mosho nyamia dom mami nchiao ene omomo wo studio ena me supporters omo team Ghana anywhere asafemu nyina me chi obia na no pay
me yiri se enra se unya adaje timi ehwe board chairman ene nsem bia ode atu dwana wo a we board member dem nya sure se ene man bebre ba as a surprise to you anambwa.
Oh yeah, definitely it wasn't a surprise to me at all.
And the key question is the some of the implementation no a bit is said to be mine say ya te mpin p mpin for abet kase ebia ye hyase edase ye hyase edase mfie miensa ni yesi o ye hyase ani na afi obehwe no na asan ye we yenim say team no eguso born homoden ade but sa to be mine project no this time around, I wish you said next week.
Asempa FM.
You must show me that. I think it's been a worry to many supporters, especially because Sena Okai and Pobima Assembly DMC started way back in 2017. Na edu maybe yesi yebeye Krans and maybe by board member and supporters chairman as well. Idea that supporters be prayer come so. Currently with my position on the board, they meet me I can't find say I know say a lot of things was started. Yeni Turkish company prefab for a year agreement. At a point we went back to Pobiman to do an official source cutting again. Then they started working on their production. And I feel it's got to a time now we feel say Sikasem been here for the completion of the project. Into now I was say approaching some of the banks to assist the club in making sure Podima becomes a reality. And on the GT Banga and the board chairman so if you ask me personally from where I sit and now I believe strongly say we've gone far, and I believe, like the board chairman said, very soon Podima will definitely start. I don't see I'll be surprised. It will start very soon.
Supporters but the Turkish company now money started na unveiling no.
For me, that is what I know. Say they are still the manufacturers of the products now. Yeah, the Pobiman facility. No, say prefab. So I think that they have to do now. Ship their bagana. From where I sit, I don't know. Say the change. That's not really standing. So we have various committees looking at everything we do at the board.
Yeah.
Personally, I am not part of those looking at the Pobiman project, so I may not be able to say a lot of things as at now. Okay, but board chairman, a part of the committee, and whatever is said yesterday, I'm sure say it is coming from the committee's point of view and not the board as a whole. meaning that committee now you Juma Bibri, they've gone far, and that is how come Namia Domokate next week.
But Mami Misao, Elvis, the funding, no, it is saying that partnership between money, GT Bank, no, it is saying, is it a loan? Is it a facility by a Senate?
Oh, I know, say a facility. I know very well, say a facility. But to be very honest with you, like I said, you know, initially, no, it was the entire board which was looking at it. But when committees were formed, for instance, me and Minu Kasi, we were on other committees, but I'm not on this particular committee. And I know the board will meet very soon. Send a committee, you know, a brief here. But from what I know from the beginning, you know, it's a facility, it's a loan facility. Or Modiba constructive Pubiman.
Okay, nti project nankasa no ebedi bese mfiahe niema bensa na or facility no is it pitches, hostels, yebenya stands or more, is it a stadium, afeso no how long and be last in terms of completing the whole Pubiman project no?
Yeah, just like the board chairman said yesterday, you know, normally with prefab, no, the most important thing is Nyamana or Moyen Wijima or taking about Bidu Krumwa. Local contractors are also supposed to do the foundation before the main prefab no ever started. And usually with prefab, no, actually not less than 6 months or less. So me, you know, what I want to see is it might be starting. When it starts, I know say it will not take more than 6 months. Sana prefab ijumatie.
Okay, next say the whole kind of metiasia. One more nyama bebre e wo dem.
Exactly. Sana prefab tie into the foundation will be done in Ghana. Na nyama na omo ye o taking no omo ship yaba.
Okay.
Omo di bar then both the foreign contractors and the local contractors will now start installation. Installation, it's more like cement and we no. I take it too many years or so. No, it's supposed to take a minimum of at least 6 months if production starts today.
Okay, what it mean? Okay, internet say enya dia fe na ye betu foundation, ye betwa blocks, ye kosa anwia begu ho, ye ko ye say that type of construction, you know.
Yeah, the initial stage, you know, the foundation will be made. So I'm sure, just as the board chairman said yesterday, you know, he meant the foundation is starting next week. So the foundation will be done by local contractors, just as we know the normal foundations we all do. You know. So as for the foundation, it will be made, but the archive about the source in the prefab no about the fixing. But a real foundation will be made on the ground before the prefab will be set up.
Okay. Now just say we can be sure, say, if the project is to start like promised by the board chairman now, Bosumi insia pepe de, you don't say a take shape pa.
Oh yeah, definitely Mocho. Say BBA is here, and me myself, we were knowledge in prefab kakra.
Okay.
Prefab the enche. I am not taking words out of board chairman and Kasane, but I know say prefab. A starting a year, it shouldn't take more than 6 months. I would personally be surprised at taking more than 6 months, unless it be a ammonia problem, you know, on the ground or something like that. But without a prefab media within 6 months, it should be completed. So what matters to me now, when it starts, because you cannot start counting from today as we speak until you know say project not starting. Then you can begin to count. So we all take what our board chairman said. The next week something will start there. Then we can begin to start counting our supporters.
Okay. Well, me no question be brave me that say because the last time I had the opportunity, me no discuss a number of issues. Were me that say pa ni information a odi abrave me that say pa.
Yo, Mosho, me that me share with you for you.
Yo, enti yene Elvis and Atwitwen Komono or the National Chapters Committee chairman as well as a board member of the club. And I watch said the board chairman kind say bibia to me to ye na prefab for no manufacturing in the bagana within 6 months. Project in the TBA, it will be completed. Help my Hanumi Asempa 94.7. This is the ultimate sports show. Mede de kwadwo Mensamo show. O second takra de out here nka e wo Aseda 105.9 102.9 NNA wason egusu awo etie no na mamenye we quickly oti esrifi mensa etie dwumadie no o say happy birthday to my second son Sean Lee oti esrifi Sean Lee oti esrifi of Morning Glory International School Takrade. This is from oti esrifi mensa Joseph. Oti esrifi lecturer or Takrade Technical University or sign a journalist or Sky Power or Takrade. Oti, good morning to you wherever you are. Happy birthday to Sean Lee Oti esrifi of Morning Glory International School our secondary Takrade from Oti esrifi Mensa Joseph. Thank you very much, Oti. Kwame Opariado. Good morning to the PRO of Accra Hasselfolk, Kwame Opariado. Kwame message on the bar and say, I am monitoring you minute after minute and minute by minute. I am disappointed in Togbe last statement. He said Real Madrid have changed 4 coaches the past 15 years. The Oak 3 club 1911 hasn't won any meaningful trophy in his tenure. Only Nana Abena Cup against Agona Straight drew All Blacks. Banana do fiasem. This is House of Folk. Let them talk their matter. Yeah. Okay. Albert Kome said the same thing some 8 to 9 years ago. I remember conducting the interview. When Fadibra. Okay, Nana Frane. Okay. Oh, Nana Sa. I see. Now, Shamo Ediaba, or a Greater Accra Regional Circles chairman, was it Regional Chapters Committee chairman, was it my board chairman spoke well, and we are ready to embrace whatever he has for the glorious House of Folk. God bless him. Shamo and also Ediwe Abba. Apirugu Chakapama, was it today is a special day. Please help me wish Dr. Daniel Macaulay happy birthday from Apirugu Chakapama. Okay, so Apirugu, Dr. Daniel Macaulay. I say, Shakai has to folk. I say, this bus will be, then will come since Kwame Nkrumah time. At Ajua, Eddie Free and Odi way a buy. I mean,
Asempa FM
1 2 3. Ebenezer ni ama chief and I say manager. Ewo Ensia Insurance Greater Accra branch Ebenezer ni ama was a die-hard Hasselfolk supporter. Was say things will change after our not inspiring 10 years. Neso nedia or de aba eni enti. Was say how can we compare our sacking of coaches to Real Madrid? Real Madrid sack coaches and they get results. My Hasselfolk sack performing coaches and appoint tried and lack coaches. That is why we can't win trophies. We need to be consistent. Emmanuel Tagore Sterling and Odiwe Abba. Now, meba now if you minimize true, I wrap up.
I just won 1 million Ghana cedi with soccer bet. I wasn't expecting this. From grass to grace, I was nobody, now I'm a somebody now. I own a car, I own a house, and now I'm a manager myself. Indeed, it's a dream come true.
And you, what would you do if you were the next winner? With SoccerBet, enjoy a variety of virtual games and bet on your favorite sports. Enjoy amazing bonuses and payouts or by visiting any of our shops or at www.soccerbet.com. Reveal the winner inside you. SoccerBet, your best bet for sports betting.
Hey, I just called him. Hey, do pan and then you want to say, yeah. Never saying.
Oh, what we do for you? I know come for Prostafit at the mommy. And this is here, me Joshua, me mrekrabium, me daswa, me danna ho. Joshua Sembia hame.
Oh, na afen what the Prostafit nka. Abba, edu papa no. Media maka wan semwe di ho dance ya abre. Prostafit, edu papa, ebua ama mema prostate. Enwa den na ma yankwatenten no. Sa wo sha sese wo bre ansa na wadwonso. Obi a odwonso na etwetwasi ana bank tenkete obi a odunso mprepi ana dwumrem obi a odunso ntentem na sansunsanso nyina kyerese o prostate no ohaw ya ba ho Prostafit Solar Herbal Clinic ene dia badwaso enu papa fie no ana frɛ 0245616028 Prostafit ema numbi ena bema woni mfie du nwɔtwe enso numbi Prostafit donso bɔkɔ sa adwadie nkrato yi FDA ahwehwɛ mu agya to mu sɛ
Base no meto. Intina 1xbet for me for one dia grow cra. Amo odds no akakra kankwa. Udi na partners. Ne bomb options na ho. Yanum phone nibi. What ka bet na wie no. Utumi toy insurance the pay so say pa. Who say we bet na say ya. Utumi toma company no. Intiko 1xbet.com. Ne create account say sia.
Abna, I didn't know wusu. I didn't see na bisu. I brought beer me to juna o miami fie. Me juma impo e wodwom. Ade me kwa na menya HIV anazen samawa. Everybody my brain me nyakra me. Oh, Abna Debbie. Enkasasa. Nemmo. Bibi fufro aba ama 1 hour wo HIV. In samanwa ene enemu yade. Wopcast ne Ghana AIDS Commission. Ada dwumadie fufro eda nipa fa ahodie ho adi. Sene be ya ye betimi enya fa ahodie pepepe sene ewo Ghana AIDS Commission Act 938 mu say yenye nyimu ewo ayarehwe mu ewo ye nenyume mu ene ye nsuampom mu free webcast ewo ahomatrofo yi so 0302241452 ana 0556233663 webcast ye ohoma ofanodi webcast ne Act 938 ni yen abet na afebo inkrato yi free webcast ne emwa a free global fund.
Be happy.
Amanfo agbave tonic ni agbave bam na mate ho dance die no eyi adwuma pa o
ye de kan nyina wa wo frem agbave tonic ensesa be na abo apom dirimu
asiesie mama menya ho de foforo kra sesei agbave tonic adaroma esuo me honam nya me ya bie
o tro foros me dance na ja brochire amanfo muti yo agbave tonic
agbave bam nso sasabro ukotodwe usisi wo de agbave bam twitwi so a shim ahotonko a
ahotampa agbave tonic ene agbave bam
paso wampa enam eye adwuma papa
agbave herbal center ya wo so wutuum ene woye ema wa fafuru abato mo manufo ne mo fra woni mfie dumienu de wonka ho e wo herbal chemical pharmacy shops etufo fra 0246 598 256 and 020 813 0790
agbave tonic ne agbave balm
oh yare ebeko kra
FD ahwehwe saa ejedie nkrato yi mu agye atomu se eye.
Okay, Baba Maestro, say yede besia na ya sorry so na ye kono mame enchia William Dakun. William Dakun aka Dangote.
Okay.
Yes, town Great Olympic supporter.
Oh sir.
Na akwa no oye brutal.
Ampa.
Oye brutal Maestro.
Dangote. Kaso oye brutal.
Oye brutal. Oye brutal.
Nyini. Ebia ni dini Dangote ne.
Oh, Dangote na odi ya bisa frɛ coach ayi.
Deisapon.
Coach Deisapon na bisa
no.
Oye
a ye friend Dangote de onye mresa.
Onye mre. Why say Mr. Believer?
Mr. Believer. Okay.
Odru Dodo Amanfruma. Dodo Amanfrum.
Dem penifo asie mikroma pa.
Dodo Amanfrum. Amanfrum Dodo. Ahie na wadru Amanfrum. The filling station be a Goodness Energy. Goodness Energy.
Okay.
The owner of Goodness Energy, Mr. Believer. Now, only the Mr. Believer, the whole Ghana. Ushia now be believe no.
Ampa.
Dina, my friend Believer. Oh, Mr. Believer.
Penifo asie pa kroma o. Na de nipo e happy pa e.
Manager na no. Manager na wo Amanfrom no. The friend no Helios Opong.
Okay.
At the moment, on the workers in na be emu filling station ho.
Okay.
Amanfo ebu petrol koba nyina.
Asempa FM.
The ultimate sport show.
Oh, yencha masipa.
And the workers in nyina.
Anafa pusha de nka ma me.
Oh, pusha.
Ona me jini pa.
Pusha de
na say me kenzo abofo a minimum mo ba we me de one. But we am me watch Kofi Jerry happy birthday. Kofi Jerry sports analyst for Angel FM.
Oh, Kofi J.
Kofi Jerry, wow, nipa. Anomfo nyina hene no.
Ene the birthday. Hey, only pay for the birthday.
Ai, anomfo hene nti ene de we no hu bi pa.
Because Dr. Macaulay birthday. Honorable Kennedy Japan birthday.
Fantastic.
And our Kofi Jerry should
birthday.
Birthday is near.
No, anomfo nyina hene. Eno no. Nti ene de me sure so di tina ebe na ntipa. But boss le ye korunim. Alaji has called for unity after flotation of shares has not helped Heartfolk. Okay, me ko train baby ne ba achepa ense mumpa unim the later Alaji has.
Yeah, the later Alaji.
Of course. So me flotation issues be ba pa. Ema wa kasai the entire flotation am wa Heartfolk. Me ni nam so anam ko yiye ba. Ebre no ko nti ochina e rough flotation ma.
Okay. Okay, Matthias here. Now there's a die-hard Hasselhoff supporter Bako. Ne my dear on birthday. Me madam for lawyer. Your friend lawyer Divine Asigbeche. Now lawyer, me name is well record room there, but I feel a message, you know. I better drop it. I say lawyer Divine Asigbeche. I say, Monsieur, good morning. It's been a while. Hope you are doing well. Please wish my children a happy birthday for me. The names are now man in the birthday one day. Johnny Mauli Asigbeche, Joanna Mauli Mauto Asigbeche, and Juanita Maunya Asigbeche. Lawyer Divine. First one, no, Johnny Mauli Asigbeche.
Okay.
Happy birthday to you, Johnny. Second one, no, Joanna Mauto.
Okay.
Asigbeche. Joanna, happy birthday to you.
Fantastic.
And a third one, no, Juanita Maunya Asigbeche.
Fantastic.
Also birthday near Ochina 17th June. Okay, so this is a happy birthday in advance.
Okay.
Triplets. Okay. Ashagbo, Martin, my birthday in the Dow. Today is my birthday too. Okay, Martin Ashagbo on Facebook. Happy birthday to you, Martin. Thomas Doche, good morning to you. You are okay from USA. Okay. Yerbesia, Nyami Adma Ochina Ebetwaso. Maestro, Yamko Nafi, Yasitremo Ebetwaso. So I say, Tuesday, and the Tokyo Kitwana, Tuesday. Normally, no. Na the Tokyo Kitwa and Eba. What you say for now, no. Say Biasa. And now we under instruction to pick. If you are not under instruction, do your work and go. Okay, and our phone, you know, I say, Awake Purified Drinking Water, Betway, 1xbet.com, Wapcast, Agbeve Tonic, Soccer Bet, Boss Energy Drink, Absa, Emaros International Limited, Sasu, and GHScratch.com. Omina no pay one more etayachi and a day by Isaac Obin your birthday. Okay, Isaac Obin on also in birthday. Isaac, happy birthday to you. What be fine or one more. Na yet to me at once. When he said yeah, me sorry you know, like I say yeah day asetremu and a tokro kitwa and a twaso na yet amount because na tie asempa 94.7 bibia ebekoso come.
Yes, we should start. We should start subject to putting in all the precautions. And I know that Kurt and his team have already